Today's Supreme Court ruling on charter schools marks the second big vindication for my education policy work this election season. If you recall, in June, the court closed the McCleary school funding case. I actually announced my candidacy for the legislature back in 2012 on the day the original Supreme Court McCleary ruling came out. At the time, I was president of the Issaquah School Board and just wanted to be part of the solution. But my first year in the House, I was elected to caucus leadership and made ranking member of the Education Committee. I was then appointed a lead negotiator on the governor's work group on education funding, the subsequent Education Funding Task Force, and even elected co-chair of the Joint Committee reporting our progress to the Supreme Court. In the end, we increased state school funding by 105% over 8 years while reducing net school levy rates in almost half the districts. And finally, the Supreme Court unanimously brought the end to a decade-long case. The Supreme Court originally ruled charter schools unconstitutional back in September of 2015, just after 9 new charters opened their doors, and leaving 1,200 students in limbo. Right away, I partnered with Eric Pettigrew to start drafting a fix, and we started building a larger bipartisan coalition with the Senate. With my Democratic co-sponsor, Larry Springer, we took control of the House floor and debated 27 amendments. Ultimately, a coalition of 48 Republicans and 11 Democrats worked together to pass that bill, and we made it law even without the governor's signature. Today, the Supreme Court validated all of that work. My opponent is running as the education candidate, but so far, the only education endorsements he's received are from the unions, something just about every Democratic candidate can count on. I'm actually endorsed by organizations who consider more than just union interests, such as the League of Education Voters, Stand for Children, Graduate Washington, and the Seattle Times. In fact, the Times recently said Magendanz's deep experience in leadership and education policy makes him the clear choice. What do you think?